Hello, online crew. Your captain here with a very strong message for you today. Well, it's just something that I'm passionate about, let's put it that way. And what I'm going to share with you today is something that if you really, really get this, if you really get what I'm going to share with you today, then you'll last longer in this industry and you'll have better results. So, yeah, I just really hope you'll listen to this message. It's quite simple. It's probably something that you have not necessarily not heard before, but it's so important for people in this industry. Not all industries, but this industry. If you want to last longer in this industry and you want to have better results and you're realistic about how you can get those results, then you'll just be far better off if you think in this certain way. So I'll get to that in a moment. How are you guys? I hope you're doing really well. Thank you to those of you that turned up on our Clubhouse earlier. So 2.5 hours ago, we started that. Any of you that are on the Clubhouse platform, we do a Clubhouse room every single week, giving away lots of tidbits and information to help you build your business, particularly online. So today we talked about repurposing content, and my gosh, did we share so much information about repurposing content. So if you're not on the Clubhouse platform, but you would like to be, you need to be invited by somebody who is already on the platform. So, put in the comments section, I need an invite. Android users are able to be on Clubhouse now. So we just do a Clubhouse room once a week, giving away great information. So that's, what are the times? 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, 11:30 p.m. UK, 8 a.m. South Australia time every single week. So thanks to you guys that were on and watching. It was awesome to have you there. If we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain. So what I'm really passionate about is helping entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, direct sellers, those in network marketing, MLM, to leverage the online world. You have every opportunity to grow an audience, to build influence from yourself, to build your credibility in an area that you want to be known in by certain things you can do on social media. Every single one of you has the opportunity to grow your influence online. You just have to know how to do it and how to, create a brand and the kind of content and the consistency and repurposing content and all that kind of stuff, and where you should show up and how often and all that. Like, there's a lot to know when it comes to social media, but it's absolutely achievable for every single one of you to be successful in your businesses and online if you do certain things. And the thing that I want to share with you today, if you really, really get this, for the sake of our industry, please, those of you that are listening, and if you can share this video out to other people, if you work with teams, you want to absolutely give before you get. So hear me out. Hear me out with this. This is so important. We are in a relationship business where we deal with people. So for somebody to buy your stuff, whatever that is, whether it's in a network type marketing type business or whether you've got clients in some capacity, if you've got clients, you're dealing with people. Now, you don't go to a bank and withdraw money from a bank account unless you've made deposits into that bank account. Is that a fair call? So you can't withdraw certain things that you haven't invested in, and this is how you want to treat your business. You really want to invest and give and lead with value and all those kind of stuff before you take from people. People don't care about your presentation. It's just a presentation unless they know that you care about how it's going to help them. When you invest your time, yes, money, maybe resources, invest in learning, invest in a mentor, invest in products, invest in your business, invest in people, you're going to last so much longer in this industry and people are going to be listening so much more to you than just you inviting them to their presentation or I've got something that you should look at. That's just taking. Give before you take. The people, and I've been looking at this a lot, lately, like I deliberately, and I hope you guys don't opt out of this, you'll be getting messages from, especially those of you on an iPhone that says, if you go to something new, such and such is tracking, do you allow this? Don't turn off your tracking or your data if you're growing a business online, because you want to see other people's ads that are like-minded to you, because they can connect you with the most amazing, high qualified people. Different discussion for a different day. But because I click on a lot of like-minded people in the industry that do what I do, and gurus I follow and things like that, I see a lot of ads, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see ads that say, I've recruited 120 people in the last month or 3 months. Have you seen those ads? Okay, so they're targeted to you because you keep clicking on them. The more you click on that stuff, the more you will get sent of like-minded ads like that. Now, what you don't realize, and this is what everybody follows. So, how did they do that? I want to learn how to do that. Of course, you want to learn how to do that. You want to follow somebody that's walked the path that you want to walk now. What you don't realize is how much they've given to get to that point first. There are people that have got ads out there like that I know have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on Facebook advertising that you may never be able to spend yourself. They've invested in mentorship. They've invested in learning. They've invested a lot of money in Facebook ads. They've invested a lot of time. They don't make excuses. They show up when they're meant to show up. But most importantly, they love on people. You love on people, you give, you lead with value, you care about a human being because they're a human being, not because you want them to watch your presentation or get them in your business or sell them a product. You will last a lot longer in this industry. We will all not have to worry about picking up the pieces from all the people that are spamming their stuff on people. Wake up and be a human before you're being a marketer. And yeah, I know I'm really passionate about this because so many people want it, but they don't care about people. You've got to care about people. If you want them to join, your team, if you want them to buy a product off you, you've got to lead with the give before you ever get in return. The same as what I was saying with the bank account. You can't withdraw from a bank account unless you're putting deposits in. It just doesn't work. You don't marry somebody, very rarely. There might be an occasional person out there, but you don't marry somebody you just met. You date them. You invest your time in them. You get to know them. And then you might pop the question. Treat your business the same way. Just stop being impatient with your results. But here's the online bit. How are you creating influence? What are you sharing with people over and over and over again? What kind of brand are you building for yourself? What are you talking about? Are you here, there, and everywhere? If I looked at your personal profile or a business page or a group, is it just selling? Selling's boring. People don't want to be sold to. They want to know that you care about them and care about how whatever it is that you have is going to improve their life in some way. So what I mean by when you really get this, it's when you actually really start to care about the people you can help instead of caring so much about, I need another team member. I need another customer. I need to make more money. The bills are piling up. So your need is a very selfish one. When you lead with giving, when you lead with value, when you lead with an honest, genuine conversation, it's not that hard to bring up your business. A lot of you are like, I just don't know how to bring up my business. I'm being ghosted in Messenger. Well, what was the lead up to the conversation? When you're actually truly having a genuine conversation with somebody, it's not that hard to bring up your business or how it might help somebody. So if it feels icky, it probably is. So spend a little bit more time. And I know I on the same respect, I'm not a big believer in networking for like 6 months to a year and never getting to the point about if you do believe that you could help somebody or offer offer something to somebody. So there's a lot of you that are networking and learning. You're stuck in learning mode. So you're learning. You can never stop learning when it comes to the online world. There's always something to learn. There's always a new platform. There's always new things coming up. Micro content, TikTok reels, you probably want to learn it all. Learning is really good, but action is the only thing that's actually going to grow your business. So what's that action for you at the moment? Is it building an audience? Is it trying to build your influence a little bit more? So how do you build influence? You just put really good content out there and you lead with value. You lead with helping with people rather than trying to get them into something. Does that make sense? It's a really simple concept, but not enough people in our industry are actually truly giving and caring about the people that they're coming across, and they're wondering why their business isn't growing. And the people that you look at online, I bet, so this is where patience comes in. I bet they've been investing in, money, mentorship, training, people, systems, all that kind of stuff, just a lot longer than you have, and they've earned their stripes. So in some respects, we've got to earn our stripes to, show people that we really care first before we take their money. Make the deposits in the bank account before you withdraw with people. You have to earn the right for somebody to hand over their money and buy something from you, or hand over their money to join you in your team. It's a privilege when somebody joins you in your team. It's a privilege when somebody buys something off you, but you need to earn that right, not just expect it or come across in a way that, you should buy my stuff. That's not caring for people. There are leaders in this industry that have built online very fast, and they've done that probably for, a couple of reasons. Anybody that you see comes into, if you're in a network marketing company, direct sales company, anybody that you sees come in and goes through the ranks really, really quickly, it's probably one of two things. They've done it the hard way somewhere else first. So they've done the hard yards that maybe you're doing now. They've gone through all the pain in maybe a previous company, and they've changed companies and everybody's come with them, and they've got heaps of influence and they've got lots of people following them already, and maybe they brought them with them. That's a very real reality of people that you look up to in your companies. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because they've earned their stripes. They've done it the hard way. They've had the hassles and realized, what it takes to be successful, and they've brought all that new knowledge over to potentially a new company and flown through the ranks. And momentum builds momentum. You probably have felt that before. If you've had some success in your business and you've got some momentum going on, momentum feeds momentum. It's true. Success loves speed. So people that are doing it really fast, successful people can tend to be more successful because everybody's following the successful people. But they've done their hard yards, probably. They've invested maybe in a lot of training or mentorship, or, had the team that fell apart before, and now it's all different. Everybody's got their story. And people that you look up to and go, I wish I was like them, and you're following the most successful people, what's their story? Bother to go and find out. What was their journey that led them to where, they are today? Very rarely do people just get successful. They've invested time, money, energy, skills, lessons learned, failures. Nothing is, I don't see anything as a failure. I see it as a lesson, and I hope you can see life in that way. Things are always going to slip up, not go well. If you're in this industry, people will leave your team. They'll come and go. You can't save people. You can't help everybody. People need to help themselves. So you can't want the success for somebody else. They have to want it for themselves. All that kind of stuff that comes with building a team. But first and foremost, how you really become successful is you've got to invest something and give something. So what are you giving? Are you giving your time because that's what you have more of than money? So maybe you're investing in building relationships. But again, you don't want to build relationships forever and ever and ever and never get to the conversation if you think your business could be of benefit to somebody. So that's a skill you need to learn in what I call the recruiting funnel. So I've gone through all of that in my coaching community. Our coaching community members, don't forget we've got the training tomorrow regarding curiosity posts and dissecting a whole lot of curiosity posts. So don't forget that training tomorrow, those of you in my coaching community. But the training that I went through in the coaching community regarding the recruiting funnel, you always want to be talking with people, networking with people. But the expectation in this industry is if you're not successful in 6 months to 12 months, you're out. How many of you would feel that? Like, I'll give this 12 months, and if I'm not successful in 12 months, I'm out. Hopefully that's not majority of you, because for majority of you, it's going to take a lot longer than 12 months. One of my mentors who's got hundreds of thousands of people in his network marketing team didn't have any success for 5 years. You up for that? 5 years. It took of learning, investing in training, trial and error, all that kind of stuff. Like, if you got that in you in this industry to hang in there for 5 years, maybe you've been in the industry longer than that. But it's trial and error. But please, for the sake of our industry, lead with giving and value and work out what it is that you can build your influence on, because that's what's going to get more eyeballs on you. That's what's going to get people reaching out to you. But this whole, I want to recoin the phrase attraction marketing, because although that's what we want to do, we want to attract people to us instead of chasing people. I'm down for that. That's what I've learned over the last few years, is all about attraction marketing. But people still have the perception that you can just show up on social media and attract people to you. It's much more than that. You have to give something, not just show up. So what are you giving? Are you giving with humor? Are you giving with entertainment? Are you giving with education? What's your thing? Pick a thing. And where can you gain more influence? Is it through your product range, that track? Or is it through helping people build money online? Like, what's your thing? What do you want to build a brand around? But please remember, you're not your company. You didn't create it. You don't own it. Or how you stand out from the crowd is just being the weird, wonderful, quirky you, because that's what makes you unique. And when you show up and just do you, but you genuinely give to people because you care about other human beings and you care about their health or their benefits, whatever, their fashion, their jewelry, their weight loss, whatever it is, or you want to be that person that's known for helping people make extra money on the side. Like, what's your thing? And give and give and give and give again. But what's really cool in this day and age on social media is the micro content that you guys get to do. It's a micro content world. Small pieces of content, reels on Instagram, little TikToks. Like, what's your thing? You don't have to be this massive live video sort of content creator person anymore. You can create micro content and become an influencer. There's so many opportunities for you to build influence and get known on social media. And that's so much, I think, easier on social media to do like one piece of content and put it in front of thousands of people instead of talking to one person on one person on one person. So there's huge opportunities for you. But how are you perceived? Do people see you as somebody who's really helpful on XYZ? That's how you want to be perceived. Oh yeah, she's really good at blah, blah, blah. Or he gives great content regarding blah, blah, blah. That's how you create influence. Okay. It can be, you just got to balance this with the exhaustion of, how giving you are, because that can be taken in different ways. Giving on social media can be exhausting. Giving to people giving over and over and over again to people that just don't want what you have is exhausting. So you have to find that balance between, that's why I probably say more, invest than giving everything of yourself. Because when you give everything of yourself to everyone else, guess who ends up last? You. You give to your family, you give to everyone around you, you give to your friends, you may even give a lot to social media, but you're lost in the weeds somewhere along the line. So you have to look after yourself first. So there is a balance of knowing what to invest in, how much time you're investing, how much money you're investing, what resources, mentorship, all those kind of things. You just got to find that balance so it doesn't exhaust you. And that's, perfect conversation that we had on Clubhouse this morning regarding repurposing content. You don't have to create new content every single day over and over and over again. You can recycle your content every 3 months. Like something I talked about this morning on Clubhouse is very rarely is information new for the very first time. I'm not telling you anything new in this video that I couldn't have said a year ago and probably did. Like, it's very rarely that it's new, breaking information. Most things have actually been said before. Most of the things that you could lead with value in are on Google somewhere. Invest, learn, teach, ILT. Invest in something, learn it, teach it to other people, build your influence, build your authority. More people will reach out to you. But you got to know what that is for you. But I'm so sick of people in this industry just, it's so selfish. So let's give more to get better results, but balance it so you're not leaving yourself behind. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. But you'll last longer in the industry if you come from a good place. You'll get more results in this industry if you actually lead with value and you give and you invest in relationships and things like that. Just don't let people exhaust you. If people drain you, let them go. Okay, important lessons to learn when you're a giver. Okay, it's a bit of a balancing act. Okay, just checking a few comments here. Crystal, I've shared this to a few people who are going about their business a good wrong way. Great, Crystal, share the message. If more of us are actually coming from the right place by caring for people and leading with value and things like that, rather than just I need to get somebody else in my business, I need to get a new customer, like that kind of way to look at things, or I need to get a new client. It's not a success measure. Let's put it that way. We don't need, we have. Very good. We are. You've got to give first to get the ladder. Yeah, same as if you just remind yourself, or if you're teaching this to somebody else. You can't draw money from a bank account unless you've made deposits. You don't marry somebody you just met, or very rarely. I don't know if there's anyone here watching this live or on the replay that's ever done that, but generally a very rare thing. You invest in the relationship, you invest time, you invest money, probably doing things together. So think of your business in the same way. Just invest a little bit of something, time, money, whatever it is for you to get where you want to go. I need to take more action. Most people do, Bella. I get to take more action. Not quite following you there, Bella, as long as you know what you're talking about. Delayed gratification, willing to do the work now with no signs of growth so we can reap the benefits later. And this is where a lot of people don't hang in there long enough, is they want it now. They want the success now, but they're not laying the foundations. And the foundations, particularly online, is growing an audience and growing influence. And, that takes time. You don't just grow an audience overnight. You don't just become somebody of influence overnight. You got to work hard at it. Yep, success loves speed. Yes, we aren't here to save people. We're here to guide the ones that are ready and consciously choose to save themselves. You can't save people. People have to want it for themselves, and that's big in this industry, particularly in direct sales and network marketing. You might actually want it more than the person wants it for themselves, but you can't change people. Crystal, I'm in this industry for the long haul. I love it so much. Awesome. Beth, it takes a lot of hard work, giving value, and takes a lot of patience, but it's so worth it in the end. You'll win in the end. It might take a little bit longer, but you'll be there and winning rather than the person that gave up. The person that gave up will never win because they gave up. I'm a funny, mouthy, hot mess. Own it, Laurie. People love you for that. You're getting known for that. It's funny. It's you. And that's what makes you unique, is because you label yourself in that way. I heard this quote recently. Takers might eat faster, but givers sleep better. It is so invaluable to always be ready to serve at every given opportunity. It comes back multiple folds. And, where I draw inspiration from a lot is following people that, a lot of people think they got there really quickly, but they've spent years of doing all the things that need to be done. Look at Gary Vee. People look at Gary Vee and he's so successful, but people have no idea how many years he slogged it out before he got some media attention. People that were told no, you've heard them all. Oprah Winfrey was told she'd never make it on TV. Walt Disney was told that he was not creative and he'd never make it. There's basketballers that were dropped from, teams when they were young. Like, if you've got the vision and you're passionate about it in some way, like work out what your kind of passion is and what you can lead with and where you can build your influence to gain the following and the audience and things like that. But just, hang in there. Rashida, the most annoying is when you say hello to someone and their response right away is, what do you do? The unfortunate part, the thing that disappoints me about this industry is the ones that, everybody's friending each other for, a fairly selfish person, like a fairly selfish reason. It's like, well, let's build a relationship before we sort of go there. But most people, like, the friend requests them and it's like, oh, you should look at what I do. And it's just like, oh, really? That's what really disappoints me, because at the end of the day, we're human beings who have feelings. Leslie, sleep, what's that? It's almost 2:30 a.m. in Scotland. What are you doing awake, Leslie? But it's awesome to have you here on live, so well done for being awake. Bella was, I get to take action, not that I have to. The words are different, and getting to feels better than having to. So it's a choice, I think, is what you're trying to say there. And yeah, we'll leave it on that. Rome wasn't built in a day. But it's really remembering, just to give before you take, and teach everybody in this industry to really take that on board, even if it's just as simple as inviting people to a presentation on your company. What was the conversation leading up to that? Just, even if it's a few words saying, what is the benefit to the person? What do you know about that person? And putting a benefit in there for them. So letting them know you care. It's not just about turning up to a presentation. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope I've made some kind of sense in this video, because it's something that I feel really passionate about. I mentor a lot of students in this industry and everyone wants it, but a lot of people are leading from the wrong place. So be true to yourself, be true to your core, be a human being before you're a marketer. Let's leave it at that. It's the most important thing. Be a human before you're a marketer. Because at the end of the day, you're in a relationship business. It's not just a transaction. People walking into a shop that have got a particular purpose and they go in and buy from the shop are not in a relationship business. It's different to what we do. We are in a relationship business. So it's really, really important to care for the other people rather than just what you want out of it. Okay. So I'll leave it there. Thank you for listening to my little rant. But please pass the message on as well. Okay. I'll catch you tomorrow. Got some updates regarding, some social media updates that you will probably want to know about. So join me tomorrow at the normal time. Bye.